Hi everyone, it's Jennifer from Fiberflux. Welcome back to the channel. I'm so glad you're here. If you are new, welcome. We're glad you're here too. We're going to be chatting today and hanging out, talking about some crochet projects for Summerween. This is a term I'm not super familiar with. I've recently just heard it in the past month or so. This is when you celebrate Halloween in the middle of summer. And I thought that concept was so much fun. Now I've heard of Christmas in July where you celebrate July during the month of July, but this is also really fun. It also gives you a chance to kind of change up your projects a little bit. Maybe you just need something different or you're in a little bit of a crochet rut, or you can work ahead and work ahead towards the fall months that are coming down the line. We're not going to talk about that yet, but coming down the line, you can just kind of change it up a little bit. So before we get started, be sure and hit that subscribe button to get all the latest Fiberflux video updates. It helps the channel so much and supports the channel, and I really appreciate it. So all the links to, we're going to talk about 10 different Summerween projects. All the links can be found down below. Now, all of these are free patterns over at the blog. All of them have a full video tutorial, and many of them have an ad-free PDF over at the Ravelry shop and the Fiberflux Etsy shop as well. So let's jump in and talk about all things Summerween today. So the first project we're going to talk about is this crazy fast Halloween cowl. This was so, like the title, fast. What I did was I collected all of my Halloween yarn. I literally just dug around and looked for any yarn that looked like Halloween yarn to me. And I made a striped cowl. I made a long rectangle with just some yarn scraps, seamed it together super fast. And V-stitch, which is basically just double crochet stitches and chains. So crazy fast Halloween cowl, check that out. The next project is this super cute pumpkin tower. I made 3 different size pumpkins, seamed them together, and it makes a beautiful decor piece. You could put this on a shelf, in a window. It also makes a great centerpiece for Halloween and all the way through the fall into Thanksgiving. It's a great project. So this pumpkin tower, definitely check it out. Very easy to make, simple stitches, and it's made with that fuzzy chenille blanket yarn, so it has a great squishy feeling to it as well. So check out that pumpkin tower, so much fun to make. The third pattern I want to share with you today is the pumpkin patch crochet edging. This is so much fun. You could put it along the top of a bag, you could put it along the edge of a scarf, and it's little tiny pumpkins all in a row, and it's also very easy to make. There's a full video tutorial like every other project in this lineup, but very easy to make with just some very simple stitches, basic stitches like double crochet, single crochets, etc. So check out that pumpkin patch edging, and you can add little pumpkins to just anything you want. It would also be really cute on a blanket as well. Number 4 in our lineup is this super spooky cowl. This was made with some Halloween themed sock yarn. So it's a little bit lightweight if you just want a little something or you want to wear it indoors. And it's also the middle of summer, so it's a perfect weight actually for summer. But this is just a series of some puff stitches and some other stitches, so it has some nice texture too. So this was really fun to make, and you can wear it all the way through the fall. You could wear it trick-or-treating or what have you, but really nice weight for summer right now with some sock yarn. You could also make this in some cotton yarn. It would be really fun in the nice weight as well. So check out the super spooky cowl. Okay, and while we're talking about cowls, check out this pumpkin muffin cowl. This is really, I really enjoyed making this because it's actually 2 things in one, I guess. It's something made in the round, and then we switch and make something flat. So it kind of sits on your shoulder in kind of like a split, and you can rotate it around and have 2 triangles in the front. It's really fun to make. If you're preparing for markets, for example, it's a really quick and easy project and a little bit more unique than a regular cowl. But if you want to prep ahead of time over the summer, that's a really great pattern to make for your markets coming up. And it's a great orange color. It was a tweed yarn that I used. So the pumpkin muffin crochet cowl, check that one out too. I just love these Tweedy little crochet pumpkins. These are easily made with some scrap yarn. You can make a whole bunch of them and you could fill a bowl with them, or you can kind of set them around your house. You could even use them as on a place setting. You could kind of plop one on each plate and it looks really festive. Now I use some tweed yarn for mine. You're not necessarily limited to tweed yarn. I just thought it would give it some nice kind of fallish looking Halloween texture. But you can use any yarn you want, and it's a really great scrap yarn project. You could make this for someone in their favorite color. You could, even if you have not enough to make one pumpkin, you could do some stripes and just use up some yarn that way. It takes just a little bit of stuffing. Now I use some fiber fill for mine, but you can really use other yarn scraps and stuff it with. You could use cotton balls, anything you have on hand. This is a great kind of cleaning out the bins and the shelves and the yarn stash kind of project. So try those Tweedy little pumpkins. They're really fun to make. And while we're talking about pumpkins, we can't leave the modern pumpkins out. These are some larger pumpkins that you could put out. And I made mine in like a more modern gray and off-white color, but you can make them in orange. You could experiment with tweed yarns like we talked about before, stripes, self-striping yarn, variegated yarn. It's a really versatile pattern and they're really easy to make. You're basically making a cylinder, filling it with fiber fill, and then we're going to use some, or I use some yarn to kind of go around the edges to make those like pumpkin shapes, and add just a really easy stem with some scrap yarn. So the modern pumpkins, check those out. Next up is the falling leaves wreath. Now this one I made in some more muted fall colors, so you could kind of hang it up throughout the fall, but it would be really fun in some Halloween colors as well, like that bright green, bright purple, bright orange, and black. You could make your leaves in that. And again, they're just some 1 round leaves, and I just basically just hot glued them onto a wreath form, and it was a very fast and easy project, and also very portable. Making 1 round leaves you could kind of take on all your summer travels and make your leaves that way. Now I'm wearing my glittery bats today, but these pretty little pumpkin earrings are so super easy to make. Just 1 round and then adding a stem. If you have a little bit of lightweight yarn or embroidery floss, this is a perfect project. If you're feeling like you're in the Summerween spirit, but it's the middle of summer, this is a tiny little, very portable project that you can make. And you can wear them all throughout Summerween, the fall, Halloween, and even into Thanksgiving as well. So all through the fall as well, very easy. And they're post earrings, and it's just the post glued very simply to the back. Another tiny little pumpkin that I love making are these pumpkin appliques. Again, just a few scraps of yarn, 1 color for your pumpkin, 1 color for the stem, 1 color for the leaf, and you can put these on a tote bag. You can put them on a little sweater or something like that. They're just a really sweet, cute little applique that is very simple to stitch up. Last but not least is this pumpkins on a fence scarf. So I made this scarf made to look like if someone were to line up a bunch of pumpkins on a fence, and then I made a scarf out of it. So the base of the scarf is supposed to look like a fence, and then the little pumpkins are lined up. This is the pumpkin edging that I mentioned before, but I made a scarf out of it. So a really fun piece. Again, if you're making things for markets coming up, this would also be a great project for that. Now we've gone through 10 projects, and they're all a lot of fun, but this is a non-crochet project I also wanted to share. I have this Halloween Pom Pom Wreath, and it's just so much fun. I couldn't not share this one. But if you're kind of, what I like to do over the summer is I like to kind of go through my yarn, clear out the clutter, prepare for fall, because fall is when a lot of the cold weather crochet starts. So I like to kind of go through things, but this is a great project if you want to use up some yarn, because pom-poms use up lots of yarn, and you can really pull all those Halloween fun colors and make a fun pom-pom wreath out of it. It doesn't have to be Halloween colors. You can make whatever you want, really, but it's a great way to use up some yarn over the summer as well. So I hope you enjoyed all of these projects, and I just had to make, when I read about Summerween, I had to make a fun video for this. It's really fun to talk about Halloween this time of year and to gear up for the fall, which fall is my favorite, so it's always fun to talk about that as well. So happy Summerween crocheting, and I will see you in the next video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button too. Bye everyone. Happy crocheting.